G'day everyone, I'm HammoTimee and I make guides and tutorials for Hearts of Iron 4. Today I'm super excited to be collaborating with Paradox to show you the new focus trees for Brazil, Argentina and Chile in the Trial of Allegiance DLC for Hearts of Iron 4. All three nations feature new expansive political, industrial and military trees, which allows a great deal of customization for players. Let's start out with the Second Brazilian Republic. Their political tree gives you many options of becoming the dominant power in South America. You can kick off the Second Communist Revolution after the failed coup of 1935. You can choose between putting the regional bandits in power or allying yourself to Moscow and becoming a strong Soviet ally, benefiting from their industry to boost your design bureaus, or try for a more idealistic communist society. Whichever path you take, you can decide to join the Comintern or create your own socialist faction and get major powers to turn a blind eye to your conquests by gifting them jaguars. By ending the state of emergency, you can either bring democracy or monarchy to Brazil. By going democratic, you can buddy up with the United States and our allies, setting yourself up as a tax haven in return for industrial investment. You can join the US as an opposer of the spread of communism and even form the United States of Brazil. The alt-hist non-aligned path allows you to install a constitutional monarchy. This can lead to you doing many kingly things, such as dishing out royal titles for new advisors, bribing the military to remove the weak government spirit, and even puppeting Portugal, greatly expanding the empire of Brazil. If Portugal accepts, you can even annex them fully, either peacefully or through force, or just be content in seizing their colonies. Once that's complete, you can do some colonization of your own, both in South America and Africa with war goals. The third branch of the tree is where the historical and fascist paths cross over a little. Completing the Cohen Plan and then Estado Novo is the historical choice, giving you options to strengthen your industry and remove negative national spirits. You can even depose Vargas as your leader. Estado Moderno is the fascist path and also gives you the choice to strengthen or abandon Vargas, along with some other substantial choices to boost your manpower and military. Both paths are quite strong, with a free war goal in Uruguay and the choice to side with the industrialists or the workers being shared between them. Regardless of whichever non-communist path you choose, eventually you'll have the option of either of the foreign policy branches. The Good Neighbor branch is the historical option, allowing you to partner with the US in return for various bonuses. In a historical game, this will start a timer for you to join World War II. However, you can rest easy knowing that you have the famous Brazilian Expeditionary Force at your back to fight for you. You can gain war goals on fascist and communist nations in your region, and even merge with friendly South American nations to create the United States of South America. On the other hand, if being a warmonger is more your speed, the domination of the Americas branch provides plenty of war goals and bonuses for your army to capitalize on. With the cooperation of Italy and Germany, you can instigate the Guyana crisis and push the European colonialists out of South America. If you're successful, you can take the final focus in this branch, which allows you to core all South American territory. Brazil's industrial tree is also ripe with opportunity. You can quickly deal with the bandits that plague your land, removing the negative state penalties that you start the game with. You may also notice the neglected state modifier, which you can completely remove, gaining a huge amount of building slots by taking the financial stimulation focus. There are also the military trees, which are similar for all three nations, composed of the Army, Air Force and Navy, allowing you to specialize in the most important branches of your armed forces. Let's have a look at Argentina, whose communist tree will see you aligning yourself with the Soviets or forging your own future through a revolution. Taking the first path will give you a very Soviet upgrade to your spy agency, as well as adding designers from the motherland, while striking out on your own results in a more anarchist type of governing, with a huge reduction in consumer goods and increase in production as a result of supporting the workers. If you continue down this path, you can end up with a Liberate war goal to free the people of South America from the British. The Democratic tree sees you aligning yourself to either the US or the UK, either benefiting from American Special Forces training and exercises, or the expertise of the Royal Navy and the RAF. You can continue on this path to join the Allies or strike out on your own, creating the Monroe Alliance. Invite other friendly democratic nations in South America to your faction, using your combined strength and war goals gained to free the remaining communist and fascist nations in your region. If you're nice to the British, they may even give you the Falklands without a fight. If you don't want to play nice with others, then the non-aligned and fascist trees are for you. Going non-aligned will put the military in power after a short coup, while cutting ties with Britain and going fascist will give you early war goals. You can support nationalist Spain in their struggle in return for some of their Spanish African colonies, and after hearing the cries from the community for Peron, Paradox added focuses under the non-aligned tree, where you can now recruit him as a field marshal and his wife Eva to your cabinet. Either of these ideologies opens up choices for you to take over your neighbors by force or political pressure, eventually gaining calls on all of South America, as well as a really cool option to broker a white peace with the UK if you manage to take the Falklands without being dragged into the larger war. Chile also features an impressively deep focus tree. The fascist branch, after experiencing a classic South American coup, allows you to ally yourself to Germany or opt for the Francoist type of fascism. You can then make increasing demands of Peru and Argentina for territory, eventually leading to all-out war, and gain war goals not only on all of South America, but Central America and the US too. The historical democratic tree sees you choose between maintaining neutrality or protecting your fellow democracies. Enact embargoes and fortify Easter Island, even take control of the British Pacific Islands to allow them to focus on the greater war. Argentina has long held the Tierra del Fuego region, and with the support of your allies, you can demand they give up the territory, or let bygones be bygones and invite them to the allies. Alternatively, if you elect a communist president, you can unlock the Future of Chile branch, which gives the choice of liberating the workers of South America through force or through sponsoring coups. If successful, you can then demand the annexation of these new communist nations, eventuating in the Union of Hispanic Republics, which has cores on all of South America. The non-aligned path splits after another coup, giving you the choice of a monarchist leadership or supporting the native Mapuche people in taking over the government. This allows you to liberate native peoples all over the world from their colonial oppressors, giving a huge amount of cause while doing so. Alternatively, if you opt for the monarchist approach, you can reach a point where after selling land to Peru, a civil war fires and Easter Island breaks free, giving you the choice of playing as the youngest Hoi 4 ruler yet. Should you stay as Chile and succeed in your civil war, you can elect a French king, bring in French investors, and adopt the franc. You can even claim all the French colonies and France itself, essentially making yourself the Chilean Napoleon. This isn't even close to everything that's included for these nations in the Trial of Allegiance DLC, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I did. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos, and let me know below what path you're most excited to play.